Hi, I'm Mark Dodson, Mason's Arms at No Stone. I'm very happy to be here today cooking a lovely little tartelette. So it's a real showstopper of a dessert, but really with its simplicity, it's a real winner of a dish. I'm going to start with rolling out the pastry. It's a short crust pastry. And then we're just going to roll this out nice and evenly. So when we're rolling the pastry, we're turning it each time to try and keep evenness, and then there will be less wastage and a nice even product. And we call the tartlet baking blind, which is a technique of putting the pastry into the case and filling it with a little bit of rice or baking beans and cooking it through, but without too much colour, so it's protecting it. So just cutting around nice and evenly. So I take my tartlet and just gently feed the pastry in with my thumbs. So we're all the way down to the bottom of the tart. I do want it to overlap a bit, so that's good. Then for the baking blind, we take a little greaseproof paper and push into the tartlet mould and fill with the rice. Okay, just going to trim around a bit. It will shrink a little bit, so it's good to leave a bit hanging over, and that's our tart ready to go in the oven. Okay, so to give a little texture to our peanut tart, we're going to make a little bit of praline, which is a very easy, simple process, but it's going to add a little bit of extra to the tart and give a nice crunch. So it's just literally a bit of sugar and some water, just a drop to dissolve the sugar, and then onto the stove just to cook down together. So that's my caramel, lovely light golden. Then I'm going to add to that my previously roasted peanuts. Just giving it a little mix round to make sure every peanut is coated. And then I'm just going to gently pour it onto the cooling mat. So now my peanut and caramel is nice and cold. You can see it's really set. It's very hard. And that lovely crunchy sound is starting. And we're just going to break it slightly and blend it. Nice crumble. Little bit of texture, and that's going to go on top of the tartlet. So now my pastry is just starting to colour. I'm just going to lift out the rice, but you can see the cartouche has done its job. The pastry has stayed nice and deep into the tartlet mould, so that we're going to get all that lovely filling in there. Back in for a second, and we'll be ready to make our ganache. So it's roughly 1/3 dark chocolate and 2/3 milk chocolate. We're going to melt that together over a gentle heat in a bain-marie over water. We don't ever want the chocolate to be in direct contact with the heat, just melting over some steam or hot water. And the other part of the ganache filling is the peanut. So it's double cream and peanut butter, which we're just going to cook together. And then we're going to mix it with the chocolate, and that's our lovely filling for the tartlet. Yeah, now as this is warming through together, the peanut starts to get a bit softer. So the peanut and the cream become one, and then that's a lovely smooth mixture, which is going to add it to the chocolate. And then it's so simple just to pour it into the pre-baked tartlets. Such a lovely recipe, and so simple to make. So now all we need to do is just leave that to set up, just to cool naturally. It doesn't like the fridge too much, but just to be kept in a cool place, 20 minutes just to help to set it. So that's my dessert, the beautiful tartlet baked blind, the rich creaminess of the peanut ganache, topped with the praline, a real showstopper dessert, easy to make, can be done a little bit in advance, and I'm sure your guests are going to love it.